In this golden age of budget mechanical keyboards where you can get amazing stuffs for just under $60 in various form factors, Monka 3075 Pro V2 is one of such which the rest of the world keyboard community kind of missed out on. So, this is a new series where I'll talk about great keyboards you probably didn't hear about. We have all these great budget mechanical keyboard options out there that have kind of very similar specs. But still, there are some that are different from the rest, and today I'll talk about why this keyboard was amazing and different from the others. It was priced at $50 US or around BDT 6000. Shout out to Blisstel Electronics for sending out the board. Firstly, let's take a quick look into the specs. This is an exploded 75% keyboard that is made with thick ABS plastic case with 81 keys, and it has an 1-inch LCD display at the top right. This is matched by this thick cherry profile double-shade PBT keycaps with nice and conspicuous fonts. The PCB it uses is a 1.2mm 5-pin hot swap PCB with south-facing RGB LED and flex card, with tri-mode connectivity over USB, Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz dongle plus a 4000 mAh battery, with decent latency across all modes. For mounting, it uses silicon gaskets mounted on the polycarbonate plate that separates it from the top and the bottom case, creates sound isolation, and gives flexible tapping experience. It had some great switches option from KTT and Monka's very own sea salt tactile that sound amazing and were great for day-to-day usage. Plus for the sound, it had a lot of dampening materials and silicon inside of the case. So let's move into why this was different from the rest. Firstly, it's obvious. This Zoom 75 light display at the top right. Not gonna lie, it actually made this board look super unique. The display is just like all those budget keyboards out there. It shows you the basic stuffs like date, battery life, in which mode it's connected in, and also if you fancy displaying some funky GIFs. Plus, you can use this display to change the RGB modes and various keyboard settings. Secondly, the switch options, and I would say they are different from the rest. It comes with KTT Hyacinth, which is one of my favorite linear switches of all time because of how smooth it feels, how balanced it is for typing, and of course, having a clean and deeper sound, which a lot of folks call creamy. Make sure to watch my review to get an idea. Then the other option it has is the Monka's very own sea salt tactile. This is one of the very few budget keyboards that comes with a tactile switch variant, as most of the ones these days have only linear switches options. As someone who likes tactile switches, this is a very big feature. I've praised this switch a lot in my previous videos. It has a mild tactility and sharp rebound that helps a lot in fast typing. And thirdly, the board sounds amazing. It's solid despite having the flex cut PCB. I'm sure all these damping materials and tuned stabilizers did the job. To be fair, there are various boards in this budget range that sort of need a bit of a tape mod to cover the flex cut and make the board somewhat decent. But this one doesn't need such. Hear the sound and you be the judge of it. Also, it has a software that is Windows only, but it allows you to map the secondary layer, set macro, change RGB, and of course change the GIFs. The board has 1000Hz polling rate in wired at 0.4 GHz mode and 125Hz in Bluetooth mode. And as for the con, I think there is only one, that is the lack of VIA. But I can somewhat understand this as this board was released quite some time ago. So yeah. It was an amazing board at a $50 price range. I'm kind of sad that these didn't get that much of an attention in the keyboard scene. In this day and age, when every 75% keyboard looks like a Aula F75 clone, sounding creamy, this one has to be one of the outlier that is solid. I hope it makes a comeback with a V3 variant. Instead of this one, Monka these days are selling a Monka K75, a better built 75% keyboard with knob, one of the most valued 75% aluminum keyboard called A75 and A75 Max, and a lot more. But despite all this, I think this keyboard has its place in this growing mechanical keyboard scene. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye and have a great day.